Man. What a week. This week, we pretty much had the party of all parties. We had the BirdCage, the hunting ground party, ladies and gentlemen, which was a great event. If you missed out, we're going to have another one coming up shortly. So y'all, please stay tuned for that. But today is one of those days where we got to sit back and we just got to take the bull by the horns. We're in a situation now where we could possibly, very strong possibility, that we could take over the division. At this point, the division is one of those things where you just look at it and say, you know what? Last year, we weren't even in the situation to do that at all. We weren't. Hold up. I don't know why my thing did that. But we were in a situation where we could take over some stuff. So at this point, you have to look at it for what it is at this point. We have a chance to take the division lead. Our offense hasn't played a full game yet. We are definitely in a spot to where things can change. I'm going to let the guests join me momentarily or whatnot, but I just want to get this out just on the fan side of things. I've said on the show, and I've said many times before, it's going to take to week 7 to really get to the place that we need to be offensively with the passing game. Week 7. Y'all have to look at it from a standpoint of be patient. Kirk didn't play in the preseason, ladies and gentlemen. Understand this. It's a beautiful thing. We're winning and we're dominating defensively. In the running game, we're just playing bully ball at this point. But enough about that. I'm going to go ahead and bring Big Ron into the building. What's going on, Ron?
What's up?
And then we got the famous, the Crooked Deacon with a K. We got Big John Harris in the building, one of the recipients and participants of the BirdCage Hunting Grounds Party. What's up, fellas? How y'all doing tonight?
I'm blessed, man. I am blessed.
I'm anxious.
I love it, John. You know what? I'm going to let Ron start this one because, see, I know that look in your face. So you didn't get to jump on it last night like you wanted to. But we got to see how that goes, man. And we got William into the building, man. We got, like I said, man, this is a spot where we let the fans come in here and we let them chop it up or whatnot. You know, they ain't gotta kick in the door like William tried to do last night. Y'all can just come in here and chop it up with us. I had to throw you out there, Will, man. We was happy that you did come in the building last night, dog. But we had to kind of clown about that. It was like, damn, Will, they ain't playing. We can't hear you, brother. You are muted. Let's see. Well, while Will's trying to get his sounds, not yet. Why don't you log out and come back in, Mr. FMLA? So we'll bring him back. But Ron, so here's the thing, and I'm gonna ask John this question too, and I'm gonna shut my mouth because I do all this talking. What do you think it's gonna take for us to play a full game all the way around?
You hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now, Will. So Ron, you're frozen.
We got the
there you go.
To be honest, Kyle Pitts got to show up. He got to show up. Yes. Everybody don't know he might be the third option. Everybody don't realize that last week, if you look at that game, he was the third option last week. But they got to make the first option tonight to win this game. Can't hear you.
We can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
Log back out.
Here we go. I'm right here. I had the mute button on accidentally because I didn't want no feedback. what I was saying was this. You said he's got to be the first option. Their best player is not even playing tonight on that defense, Antoine Winfield Jr. Antoine Winfield Jr. was the guy I wanted to draft to Atlanta. But we passed on him. And he's been a thorn in our side. I'll be honest with you. Even though he plays the safety position or whatnot, he's very reminiscent of his dad. And when you talk about the impact that he has, his dad had a great impact as well. And John, you remember watching his daddy back in the day? That man daddy wasn't nothing but the truth on the football field. I remember watching his dad when he was at Ohio State shutting it down. So this is big for this man that I got on my shirt tonight, Mr. Drake London, and you got Kyle Pitts. Guess what? You must attack the middle of the field because he's injured. He's not there. You got a backup safety who's been holding his own, but now you gotta attack the middle of the field. You have to. So, John, what is your key to this? And then I'm gonna get to William on this. What is your key to this for us offensively tonight that we need to step up and do what we need to do? What you think, bro?
As always, since the beginning of the season, it's been the offensive coordinator and the quarterback for me. That, it's got to be one of these games has got to be a breakout for one or both of them. Now, you see how I have my hat on. When I came to your part, see, this is my is go time hat when I got it turned on backwards. All right. This is my go time hat. And it's go time. It's go time. You're on national television on Thursday night. All eyes on you. All eyes on you. And if you are really concerned about how the rest of the league, the rest of the nation, the rest of the football fans and any fan base feel about your team as to whether you are impressing them as being a problem for them to look out for, because we do have a few more games to play with a lot of these folks, okay? If you want to impress the nation, if you want respect, this is the arena. This is the stage. This is the place where you get respect. This is it. Nationally televised games, not blurbs on Sports Center, not snippets on Fox. Thursday night football. And people are paying for it now. They're paying to watch Thursday night football.
John, you forgot one thing. We already put the nation on notice when we played Kansas City. We put the nation on notice because when you get the world champs by the throat and you literally have a chance to put them away, you got to put them away, even in spite of the referees in that ball game. You understand what I'm saying? World champions do that. So, and all I'm going to say is this. I agree with you, John. You pretty much are playing the best team in the division right now because this is last year's champ. This is last year's champ in the division. You handle business. It doesn't matter how this win comes. Good, bad, ugly. All you need to do is get that dub. You get that dub in this game, guess what? Everybody got to take you serious now. Everybody has to officially take you serious. William, what you got? And then Ron, I'm gonna let you slide back in.
One for me is key possessions. Time possession. I mean, say time possession on offense for me. 2, pass rush. We got to get out the Baker Mayfield. We got to put him on the ground today. I know Arbor Katie and I need Grady Jarrett. I need y'all guys to step up because we are dead 32, close to the bottom of the league of getting pressure. So we need to get to the quarterback. And third, for me, I'm gonna say, man, run the ball down his throat. Use Bijan Robinson and Tyler Algier until they stop it. Then that's when you use your playmakers, Kyle Pitts and Drake London down that moment. But for us, man, we got to score points, man. And pass rush on defense and time possession on offense. For me, to keep our defense fresh, time possession, we got to put points on the board. So I just want my offense to put some noise in the defense. Get out the Baker Mayfield, hopefully get some turnovers. That's my 3.
Okay. Ron, what you got, man?
We got to capitalize on third down, on that first down. We got to move the ball. We got to hit Tampa in their mouth. we got the fight tonight.
Well, here's my thing. You saying we got to fight. We already know this. I'm going to give y'all one of the keys to this game. Ryan Newsel is the key to this game. I said this last night on the show. Everybody's talking about everything else. I said, this is why I say Ryan and John, you were there last night, so you know why I'm saying this. Ryan Newsel is going up against Vita Vea. Vita Vea is that guy, as John would say. He put his belly in the wheelbarrow, walks up to the line and just drops his belly, and he ain't got no ankles like the lady serving Sunday dinner after church. Pretty much that's the type of cat he is. And when you talk about this cat, you have to attack Vita Vea. You cannot allow him to collapse the pocket tonight. When we have the passing game, Ryan Newsel has to go in attack mode. He has to go at him. Running game, the way you wear him down, you run Tyler Algier up the gap. You get him tired because you got to fight he's got to fight another 300-pounder, but then you're tackling a 230-pounder, or you're trying to slow him down. That's going to wear you out, being a big man like that. And then when we pass the ball, Kirk has to be able to get rid of it quick. You cannot allow him to get back there at all. At all. So the key position for us tonight to have any offensive success is that center position, because Dahlman is out. Storm Norton, I'm not worried about. I said Storm Norton should have been starting from the jump over McGarry, and you see why. If you look at it, your boy didn't get touched like that Sunday when Storm Norton was out there. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Oh, he had time to shop. He had time to shop.
John, and because you even said you were kind of skeptical on Storm Norton last year, and I told you, I said, John, we got a good one right there. The only reason they don't play him is because of politics and money. How do y'all feel now? Because William, you came in here last week, and I had to tell you Sunday, don't come in here with all that mess. We got the dub, and I knew you was going with that. But how do you feel about Kirk Cousins being in that situation where he's got time? He got time to throw. How do you feel about that now? He finally got time to throw, and you got to see that.
Yeah, first of all, Kirk Cousins got to read his progression, man. And you're right too, because I see when I Saints game, he was overthrowing. Week before that when we played against Patrick Mahomes, and he overthrew Javier Leonard over a go route. It just Kirk Cousins. Sometimes you got to read your progression. If you don't see the first read, go with the second read. If you know the second read double cover, you know someone will be open. But you got to read the ball quick. 1, 2, 3, bam. I don't care if it's a curl route, bench route, dead route, any slant route. If you see them, the players getting open, throw the ball to them. And Kirk Cousins got to be crispy on the ball, man. You can't really rely on Zach Robinson. I know Zach Robinson got a lot of work to do, but man, I just think Kirk Cousins got to just tell the lead like, hey, I'm still here. I still got the juice left. Me and the offensive coordinator went on the same page. So yeah, Kirk Cousins, man, he's got to get the ball to the playmakers, man. We just got to start with the first start. I'm tired of excuses for Kirk Cousins, Start
well, here's the thing. You been complaining. Well, let's keep it a book. You been complaining about Kirk Cousins with that for a minute. You have, but here's the problem, dog. But here's the problem. You've been saying that, but I need you to really take your fan glasses off for 1 sec and really look at it from this standpoint. It's nice when you got the routes, but let's talk about it. The receivers don't have the timing with it. You know why? They didn't play in the preseason. It's not just that. You also need to look at the fact that Cousins knows this offense like the back of his hand. It's not on him in that sense. You see the receivers getting perfectly placed balls in their hands, they're getting perfectly placed passes in their hands, and they're still dropping passes that need to be caught. That is another issue. I'm gonna get on Kirk. I'm gonna get on Kirk too. But if we gonna call out the passing game, don't just single him out. You got to call out all parties involved, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? This is why you got to be fair on this.
Yeah, Drake London, you right though. But that come from Raheem Morris too for not.
Yeah, that's and I was getting ready to get on you, but I was about to say he's responsible for that, solely responsible for that. John has said this many a times on our show, and Will, you're absolutely right as well. I ain't saying you're wrong at all, because I think you're right about that period. But the only thing that I would say is, Will, we can't hear you, bro. You muted yourself. Yeah, he'll be back. John, he'll be back. But what I was gonna say was when I was saying it, what you brought to the table was this: the thing that you've been preaching since you and I have known each other. It goes back to not only your quarterback coach, it also goes back to your passing game coordinator as well. All these parts got to work. We finally got quarterback coaches. We got multiple quarterback coaches now. We didn't have one last year. You got four coaches right now in the passing game. The question is this. We still can't hear you, Will. There we go. We can hear you now.
We can hear you now.
Yeah. Let's get back to it. I'm gonna let you cook on this one. What I was saying was this: if you look at it, the passing game as a whole, and that even goes to Zach Robinson as well. If you know that deep shot is gonna be there, it's eventually gonna get on point. But when you look at everything that has went on, Zach Robinson has to scheme up routes where they're gonna be able to 1, 2, 3, boom. I said it needs to be a 3-step drop right now until Kirk gets 100% comfortable in this offense, because he can eat up a 3-step drop, or you put him in a 2-minute offense with the passing game. Kirk is thriving in that. That is going to be our strength if we do pass the ball. But those deep shots that you're talking about, you're absolutely right. Kirk overshot Mooney, because I was sitting next to John in the party when he overshot Mooney, and I heard exactly what John said, and I just sat back and laughed because John don't do too much cussing, but that was the first time I heard John drop an expletive word in a party. Will, it was worse than what you would think. Let's just say that, because he even had Dewey McClain look at him like, "Oh boy."
Hey man, he put a Jimmy on Jimmy Henry.
Now, something I just got a bulletin from Bleacher Report. Caleb McGarry and Aurora are going to be available tonight. They are on the active roster. So I want to see Aurora, not Caleb McGarry. Not Caleb McGarry.
Hold on, you messed the man last name up. It's Ruka-Roro. Like you rowing the boat. That's how it is.
Hey, man. You know, once you get too many vowels and stuff in there, I can't be. Shoot.
Hey man, he represent the motherland. You know what's up,
right? Well, I wanted to see him. You drafted him in the second round. We want to see him. Okay,
we got a song, John. We already said we got a song for him. It's an old Yin Yang Twin song. I was in high school.
I mean to cut y'all off. We got another rookie starting in too.
Who else?
Bertrand. But here's the thing with Bertrand. We got to see consistency, because at this point, when he first got in there, he looked lost. That was the issue with Bertrand when he got in there. He looked lost. Now the question is, has he figured out the playbook? Because I've said this for the longest. You gotta let your young guys get some reps so they can get game reps so they can understand. But so far, with the tough games that we've had, you don't throw an inexperienced guy in a fist fight. It's pretty much like amateur boxing. Best way I can describe it. You're not gonna take somebody and throw an amateur boxer who's still fighting in the amateur ranks and throw him in the ring with a prime Mike Tyson in '88 or even the Holyfield back in '91. You ain't gonna throw them boys in the ring that have no experience like that. Eventually, you're gonna have to get into the ring, but you're not a true professional yet. You ain't been baptized yet. You have to work them dudes in there. Even though we got veteran presence, you got to work the young bucks in there. And tonight, I think the Carolina game is the game that I would want to play my younger guys. Not this week. Yeah. Next week will be that game.
Yeah, you gotta get your starters some rest, because we got a tough schedule coming up. We got I think Dallas, Tampa, then we play Tampa again. Then we play
Carolina next.
We also get Minnesota this year, and we also get Washington this year.
Week 14 or 15, right close to December time, crunch time, when you see teams who in the division and who already locked these seed up. But for us, man, moving forward, like you say, man, we got to get at it, man. We got to capitalize on the opportunity this week. It's a short week. We got to put the lead on notice, because Everybody don't like the Falcons, so we got to put Mike Evans in check. I need AJ Terrell to step up. I really need everybody on defense to step up as 11, not just
I got a
one
question for
individual
you.
player.
I got a question for you, and I'm gonna let Ron jump in after this. Why do y'all care if we're liked? I'm gonna be honest with you. I tell everybody like this: if I hadn't been a Falcons fan and I hadn't been born, you know, I'm a graded baby. If I wasn't a Georgia kid and I wasn't from the city, I'd be a Raider fan. If you want to know the truth, and the reason being is because of the moniker. Just win, baby. We don't give a damn. It's us versus y'all. They were the first team to be hated like that. John, remember them old Raiders back in the day that didn't care? Half of them was on work release programs back in the day, and they did not care. No, you
Oh yeah,
laughing.
they had to bail half the team out for the Super Bowl.
Think about it. Jack Tatum was called the assassin for a reason, ladies and gentlemen. We got ladies in the chat now, so I can say ladies. But fellas, just think about it. They were disliked because they was beating everybody, and they did not care. We're disliked because we gave up 28-3, and we've always found ways to lose. Let's just be real on that. We now are starting to win, and the narrative is changing because they have a coach in the front office who they're actually starting to kind of warm up to. They're warming up to the Falcons because the Falcons have made moves and they've fallen into, they went against the grain against narratives, but now we have narratives that help us. So let's just be real. I don't give a damn if we're liked or not. Guess what? It's just time to get wins. We don't need nobody to like us, but you're damn sure gonna respect us.
Facts.
That's where I'm at with it. I don't care if I'm liked. I'll tell you this here. I like being the bad guy. And speaking of being the bad guy, I gotta go back to it, boy. I just can't stand it when everybody sit back and they want to all be liked and loved. I gotta go through my man Razor Ramon. I am the bad guy. I don't care about being liked. As rest in peace to Scott Hall. I don't care about being liked. I'm the bad guy. But outside of me being the bad guy tonight and not giving a damn about the media, I only care about my Falcon family. What do y'all think? And Ron, you can start this one. What do you think? Who do you think is going to be the key to breaking out defensively to making it hard for this offense for Tampa Bay? Because the offense goes through Baker Mayfield.
On defense wise?
Yeah, I want to know who you got on defense that's actually going to try to make something shake.
I got Matt Judon. I think Matt Judon, this is going to be a breakout game tonight. 4 sacks tonight. Why? Because he's going against rookies. He's going to get backups on their line. They're missing a lot of offensive linemen. So I got Matt Judon to put some fear in Baker Mayfield tonight. And that's what Matt Judon been doing. Just not him, but Grady Jarrett too. But yeah, Matt Judon 4 sacks tonight.
I think Ellis is going to be key in this game because Baker Mayfield will definitely decide to find holes, and you got to have somebody there that's going to get him. You got to find somebody that's going to spy on him. Caden Ellis has got to be that guy this tonight. Or, quiet as it's kept, Richie Grant. Richie's better in the box than he is in coverage. I got to give him that.
Yeah.
He's better in the box than he is in coverage. Yeah. So if you're going to have nickel packages and stuff, have Richie to spy on Baker Mayfield. William, what you got, man? And I'm going to go to John. Will.
What y'all talking about? Yeah.
Oh, you faded out. No, what I was saying was, who do you have is going to be that player on the defense that's really going to make things tough for Baker Mayfield in this offense? I got Caden Ellis. He has to be the force. For me, he's got to be the force this week because Troy Anderson's out. He's going to have to be the spy, or you're going to have to bring Richie Grant in as a spy. As much as I don't like him in coverage, in this game, you got to take away Baker's legs. Well, I think.
Oh, you haven't.
Yeah. John, what you got?
Yes. I got to go along with Ron. because see that pressure up the middle, or the threat of a blitz from Judon, that's definitely, if we can create pressure up front and provide holes for cornerbacks, linebackers, safeties to blitz through or to come around the edge and blitz, that's going to be key in shaking him up. And you got to rush, not uncontrolled like somebody going to a sale at Walmart, just charging the door. You got to rush discipline on the outside and keep him in a box. You just got to keep him in a box. And gentlemen, me and my neighbor, we're going up to Taco Mac to take a look at the game tonight, and I told him I'd pick him up at 7:30. So, Ron, keep about $1,100 of bail money just close to you. I would ask Ryan, but he'll have to Western Union and all that stuff. But
hey, John, I still got my Western Union account, man, so I got you.
Oh, okay, yeah. Hey, man,
you telling everybody age when you say Western Union, man.
Right.
I'm sorry. I don't trust Cash App. I don't trust PayPal. I don't trust them jokers, man. There's some shady stuff going on, man. Because I had a Kraken account for about 10 minutes. They canceled my Kraken account, told me that there was a security problem with it, and that I could never get a Kraken account again. What did I do? All I did was, put some money. I said, man, okay, all right.
You know what, John? You know what it was? That was a Saints fan. That was a Saints fan running that account. That's all that was.
Hey, and the problem was everybody I talked to, their name ended in llama. So hold up, bro. Is this Arab Nation running this here? Is this an oil thing?
Hey, better be careful with that one. But we're definitely, like I said, I got the halftime show coming up later tonight, John. You can check that out. And then we got, since you're gonna be in the Taco Mac, but we got the post game show that's gonna be tomorrow night. It's not gonna be tonight because we know it's gonna be late. Everybody got jobs, like my dog, Mr. FMLA. I got to get up early in the morning too. So yes, sir. So we definitely all gonna have to get some things straight. So we appreciate you for sliding through and grabbing a plate here in the pregame meal, Mr. John. Appreciate you, brother.
All right, you guys, y'all take care.
All right.
Go Falcon.
Yes, that's the first time I've seen. Wait a minute, that's the first time I heard him say that with confidence.
You see my hand shaking, don't you? Go Falcon. Bye. I see y'all later.
All right.
Hey man, that was John the Cricket Deacon, man. What's up, Will?
Yeah, before we close it out, man, my X factor is gonna be Grady Jarrett, man. Grady, I need you, man. 97. This your time. Time to go ahead and get 2-3 sacks, put that pressure on you. Get some turnovers. And offense,
you know, man, I'm not closing this out yet. Pause. You know I ain't closing this out yet. We still got another 30 minutes, man. This is an hour.
Oh yeah. I forgot this is
John was just leaving because he got to go to Taco Mac. This is open for everybody to come in. All the fans, listen. I'm gonna repost the link in here. It's pinned, but I'm gonna repost the link for those who are just coming in, and you guys can come in here with us and chop it up because we want to hear what I want to hear what your expectations are because this show is geared towards you guys.
Oh yeah, and one thing I'm gonna say too, man, my prayers go out to these people out here, in Georgia. I'm in Pula right now, but some people out here still out of power. The hurricane. I love what Arthur Blank doing. They might donate 100,000 to these people who really need it right now. So man, my prayers and thoughts go to these people right now, and these loved ones. So I'm good in the community, man. So and people who out there in Florida or Carolina, because there's a lot of people who really passed away, but God works in mysterious ways, but we still love them. But I just my prayers go out to these folks out here, though, for real.
I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I don't never get political on this show, and I don't intend on starting. But I'm gonna say this from being a former vet myself. I'm gonna say this. I got a problem with our government giving $750 to people that are in this country that need funds. When they were giving out stipends, we were giving out good money on those stipend checks during the last presidential administration. We were getting those. We got those good stipend checks. Let's keep that a buck when COVID hit and everything else. Yeah. All I'm gonna say is this: you're letting these folks come into this country and you're giving them money. And I'm gonna get away from this because I don't want to touch too political, but I am gonna say this.
And I already know, man.
Stop giving these foreigners all this money right off the bat. And you got people here in your own home that need this money and they need help. Right now, North Carolina, Georgia, and pretty much areas of Florida, they need help right now. Some parts of Tennessee need help. Start helping home. Start helping home. Because at the end of the day, guess what? We're going to need jobs. We're going to need things. We're going to need food. We're going to need a lot of stuff. Because at the end of the day, guess what? We've lost over 40-some people, and people are still missing right now. There are towns that are underwater and just gone. Prayers up to these people that's out here, ladies and gentlemen. If there's any way that you can donate, is there any way that you can do that? You know, the BirdCage, we've donated, we've donated water to these folks. We've donated toiletries. So, as I said, after the party, I know I dropped off some stuff when I was coming back from Atlanta, coming back to Philly. But I'm telling you right now, we got to be here for each other. The same way we're here for each other for this show, we need to be here for our fellow Americans, because at the end of the day, man, it's home. No matter how ugly it is, no matter how you like it, no matter how you don't like it, America is home for a lot of us, man. Born and raised here, man. It's my home. It's ugly. It's a lot of stuff that's ugly here. It's a lot of stuff that I don't agree with, and it's a lot of stuff that I still got a lot that I want to say. But this is not the platform to do that. But I'll let you know this here. It's time to take care of home. It's time to do better. It's time to take care of the folks that need help. Just like right now, we're trying to take care of your needs as Falcon fans right now by talking about the games. We got to start taking care of our own. Because guess what? Even though we might be rivals to certain states, whether it's college, NFL, guess what? They still in the South, baby. If you in the South, that's home. They neighbors to us. They cousins. They country cousins. Country with a K, by the way. But they cousins. So at the end of the day, man, we got to start pulling together and looking out for our own. So I'm not going to get too deep into the rant, man. I appreciate you bringing it up, William, because that needed to be said.
And I'm gonna close it out like this, man. When I go to Walmart, when I get paid on the 13th, they got the little donate cash, man. I'm gonna just send two folks 200, 300, man. Them folks might really appreciate that. I'm just gonna do it because I love them. But yeah, though, man, I got a lot of foreign people out there right now, like we speaking right now, who working at Walmart, Hispanics, Indians, like they getting benefits and all that though. But at the end of the day, they all us agree along. We treat people like family. But yeah, man, well, I love y'all boys, man. My phone might die, but I'll see you at the game at the party line, hopefully, till tonight around 11 or 12.
Man, that party line ain't gonna be around till tomorrow, my brother. I just said it. That party line ain't gonna be there till tomorrow. You gonna be sitting in the chat looking like, where the hell they at? I'm being bed sleep. I got work early in the morning.
I gotta go to work too. I'm working on my off day at Walmart. I'm going to work. I love my.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. But ain't nothing wrong with that. But guess what? You gonna be in that lounge by yourself. No lights gonna be on. No wings gonna be there. You by yourself on that one tonight, bro.
I might go to Buffalo Wild Wings. Probably get me a little drink, not too much, a little drink and watch the game, enjoy it. And I'll see y'all Sunday because I get off work at 4 o'clock.
Keep your emotions in check tonight, dog. It's okay. Be calm all the way through the ball game. Don't sit there and don't sit there and let them get your blood pressure up, bro.
Oh nah. I'm gonna chill and relax, man. I'm gonna take you through the game.
Hey man, what do I always tell you, bro?
Relax.
Just relax. Yeah. We good.
Yeah,
hey, man. Appreciate you pulling up and grabbing the plate, Will, man.
And thank you. Ron too. Y'all boys be saying love y'all boys, man. For real.
Love y'all too. Love you too, bro. Appreciate it. Hey, so Ron, so let's talk about it, man. So like I said, I ain't want to get too political because that's the last thing. Let's get back to these Falcons. So I apologize, ladies and gentlemen, but it needed to be said. It needed to be said. So what I also feel like we need to do with these Falcons right now, I think our passing game is, and I'm gonna say it again, it'll be straight by week 7. The latest might be 8, but right now we're trying to come up out of the situation just like our fellow neighbors that we talked about are trying to come out of a situation because they're flooded with a lot of information right now. They're trying to still find an identity. Right now, they're still lost. They're still lost. So at this point, you have to put these folks in a situation where they can thrive. How do you feel offensively they're going to thrive? Because Rich said this last night. We need to just go back to playing bully ball.
Yeah.
We need to go back to just running the ball heavy. We can throw the ball with Kirk, 2-minute offense, 3-step drop, like I was saying. But start playing bully ball. Because the Falcons have always been a team. How can I put it? The Falcons have always been a team where the running game has always been heavy. And I go back to Dave Hampton, old school Falcon running back. I go back to Dave Hampton. I go back to Bubba Bean, William Andrews, Len Kane, Michael Turner, Jamal Anderson, Eric Pegram. I mean, I could go through the whole list, but it ain't no need. But and Gerald Riggs, we've always had good running backs. We've always had a good running game. I think we need to just go ahead and make that identity just like it was when Arthur Smith was here. And with the running game, be strong with it, and then you let Kirk Cousins cook in a 2-minute type of offense or a 3-step drop type of offense and let him get his playmakers involved.
I could see that, but also I could see we need to play basketball. What I mean by that, Kyle Pitts, you 6'6". Drake London, you 6'4"? They need to play basketball tonight. It should not be nobody under 6'1" to stop Kyle Pitts and Drake London tonight. Also, take advantage of the matchups. Take advantage of them. And we need to start doing it. We need to start taking advantage of every matchup come our way from this day forward. Take advantage of it.
I agree with you on that. You have to take advantage of that secondary because, again, when you look at the secondary, you got Jamel Dean. Dean is one of them cats that you can throw on. He's a tough, scrappy cat, but you can throw on him. You've got to use Kyle Pitts because Antoine Winfield Jr. is not there. You've got to use Drake London in that situation. I say this here. You use your big body receivers and your tight end in the middle of the field. You let Mooney work the outside and Ray McLeod work the outside. I mean, that's just how it's going to have to be. That's how you're going to have to do it. And then you get a mismatch with Bijan Robinson on the linebacker. That is what's going to happen. I say throw the ball to Bijan in the flat. Or if you're not going to throw it to him in the flat, go ahead and have him running different routes and you put him in a situation where he can become a receiver. And guess what? Open it up for Tyler Algier. Open it up for Algier and let him beat on those guys. And at the end of the game, you let Bijan run wild when those dudes are tired. That's what you do.
Because if you remember last week game, that's what we were doing. Algier was running over everybody last week. I mean, let Algier cook. Let everybody forgot this man had 1,000 yards before Bijan got here. Make that make sense. 1,000 yards 1 year. And he was the third running back. Everybody forgot about that.
And that's the thing I sit back and I think about all the time. And I say, man, when you look at everything, that man broke William Andrews' record. That was a record that stood for almost 40 years. 1979 rookie record when he was here. And when you look at that, Tyler Algier was sharing the ball just like William Andrews. Remember this, William was sharing with Len Kane. Outside of Len Kane, he also was sharing with James Mayberry in that backfield and Haskell Standback. It was 4 running backs. Same situation that Tyler Algier walked into. Because you had Damian Williams, Cordell Patterson, Duke Huntley in the backfield with him. So that's 4 guys getting touches. That's 4 guys getting touches, just like that. And shout out to Mr. Dewey McClain, former Falcons linebacker or whatnot, at the party. He said, what the hell we was doing? No disrespect to Bijan, but like he said, what the hell were we doing drafting a running back when we have our running back right here?
Right.
Dewey McClain went up against William Andrews every day, ladies and gentlemen, and he was one of the architects of that Grits Blitz defense. John Harris can attest to it because he heard him say it at the party. A lot of us heard Dewey say it at the party. He said Bijan definitely is a talented player, but the thing is, you're forgetting about the guy back there.
Right. And
but
it's sad because you as a new OC, you should take advantage. I call all our weapons Ferraris. We got Ferraris, Bijan Ferrari, Drake London a Ferrari. You got all the Ferraris, but you don't know how to take advantage of the situation coming your way.
Man, and here's the thing. I got to shout out to my guy Mike Smith of We Talk Hawks TV, the ATLian, my partner. You know, this is my, it's been a while since I've seen him in here. We definitely appreciate the support, fam. Y'all go check out We Talk Hawks TV. They're definitely going to have a little something for you guys with the Hawks getting ready to start the season. And also, if we didn't say it last night, we're going to say it again tonight. Rest in peace to Mr. Dikembe Mutombo, a.k.a. Mount Mutombo, one of the best Atlanta Hawks to do it. We're going to miss you, big fella. And we definitely are praying for your family at this time because they definitely need the Lord to touch them because you were a great man. And I got to tell a little story, man, before I show this commercial. So for my real ATLians out here, if you know about Chanterelles, I have a picture of Chanterelles that right behind me because that's one of the staples. That was one of the staples over in the West End. Dikembe Mutombo. I met Dikembe Mutombo when I was this is in 1997 when he was here. My aunt and myself, we were going. She took me and I was 12. Dikembe, Steve Smith, and Chucky Brown was walking out of Chanterelles that day. And I remember I flipped out and I was like, oh my God, typical little kid. My God, it's Dikembe and Steve Smith. Smitty dapped me up. Mutombo put his hand on my head. What's up, little man? And my face was covered by his hand, literally. And I knew he had that smothered chicken because I know the smell of it. It smelled good, but you could tell he had a handful of it. But he rubbed my head and he told me to stay in school, keep my grades up, and make something of yourself.
Right.
And Dikembe was one of those guys who really looked out for the Atlanta community, and he was one of the best to ever do it. And he supported this city even after he left Atlanta, went to Philly, and also played in Houston because he still resided in Atlanta afterwards. So shout out to Dikembe Mutombo. What's going on, Mike? Welcome in.
Yo, what up, fellas? You can hear me?
Yes, sir.
You can hear me out?
What you got for us, man?
All right. For sure.
What would you like to see?
Yeah, man. Appreciate you. Shoot, man. A win, but I don't really care too much how, but yeah, a win. But I mean, for as what you guys are talking about, though, I agree with y'all boys, man. For as like the running back situation, I ain't too much of a X's and O's or act like I know a whole lot when it comes to football, but my feeling has been though with our Falcons, it seems like we've made a lot of unnecessary picks, in the drafts with our high picks at least or whatever. I'm not someone that's like I don't know who specific, you know what I'm saying, whatever. I know it was like what I think. What instead of we got Bijan. I have to look at the drafts and stuff like that. Whether it's a D lineman or offensive lineman, ain't necessarily, I know in the past everybody was like, wanting the Georgia D tackles and stuff like that, but it ain't necessarily have to be them. But I would just prefer for us to focus on those trenches a lot more, man. Luckily we've made, some nice moves to bring guys in on the defensive side of the ball, but we continuously have to bring folks in or whatever. I would like for us to, really just start drafting those cornerstone, defensive studs that, you really need. I mean, Grady been here. Grady was like kind of a later pick though. But I mean, shoot, I'm really just trying to like think about it, man. Like we just don't do that too often. And it almost seems like it doesn't matter who the GM is. It's like we still gonna prefer going for the flash over, like, you know what I'm saying? I guess you'll call it, well, I'll call like the boring positions or whatever. So I don't know.
Mike,
Just
you're absolutely right, because look, you ain't got to be an expert to be able to evaluate that, because guess what? This show right here is geared towards the fans, dog. You don't have to be no X's and O's expert, bro. You putting everything out here in layman's terms for people to understand, and you are definitely hitting the nail on the head. And I'll say this, Mike, you understand what talent is. You might not know the plays, but you get talent. Same way you break things down and We Talk Hawks TV, because I'm not an expert with b-ball like that. I'm a fan, and I come in there and I talk about what I see. And I definitely get it, because I'm in the same category when I slide to y'all platform. But real talk, bro, you are hitting everything on the head. I'll say this, with the high draft picks that we've taken, bro, it's been one of those things where you can look at it like, you can sit back, you scratch your head sometimes, but then you sit back and say, okay, and the Falcons have a habit of being able to grab great talent within the mid rounds. Within the mid rounds, we always get great talent in the mid rounds. Now, they didn't miss with Julio. They didn't miss with Matt Ryan. Got to give them that. You know what I'm saying? And you look at some of the talent that's come in, and you look at most of your great positions, it's going to be in the middle rounds. That's generally how it's always been with the Falcons. Minus, some of the players that we've had way back in the day. But real talk, bro, we've had some great players to come through here, and you're not lying. And I agree with you.
I mean, I'm not gonna act like we haven't tried. I just feel like we don't do it enough for spending our top picks on, you know what I'm saying, the trenches and stuff like that. Like we've done it, because I remember talking about it with a homie before, and I was asking him to name it. But he was really only able to name one guy, and he probably can correct both of us if we both wrong. Like one guy, I think that we spent high draft pick wise. That's like the trenches, bro. Like interior on the defense, and unfortunately, he didn't work out though. But I feel like that was Corey Jerry.
Jamal Anderson is one.
No. But that's on the outside though. You feel me? But that's the end part. I mean, that is good. But I mean, like, as far as like really that starting off, like, I mean, you know, for what I hear, at least, you know what I'm saying? And watching Georgia football, they claim that you should start closest to the ball and start going out. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like defensively or whatever, like we only did that like probably like once. I mean, is there another tackle besides Parade Jerry? Because like I said, Jamal Anderson, Vic Beasley, but those, I mean, Tat McKinley, that's on a little bit of outside. Like we did try, and unfortunately those bust. Tat McKinley, I think we took him before we took TJ Watt, right? Which was stupid. You take a Watt just because his name is Watt. I would have did that. Like, it ain't too much work. I'm like, your name Watt? Well, come on, bro. We gonna try you.
And
Bumpy.
And here's the crazy part. And he had the footage and the stats, and he had the game to back it up. So it wasn't
he got all that on top of the lineage, on top of the genetics. He actually checked off on everything else on his own accord to be drafted that high. And we whatever, bro. But anyway,
we got the experience at the first game of the season when he was making plays all over the place.
I know. So, and then that's when it was like a realization right then and there. It's like, you know what? This guy should be in the red and black, because Tat McKinley ain't nowhere to be found. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. So, but hey, whatever, you know. If coulda, woulda, shoulda stuff though. But I like the squad that we got, man.
Bro. But here's the thing. What do I always say when I come to you guys' platform as well? And I argue with Matt about this all the time. The problem is the scouting department. And it's starting to change now with Terry finally being unhandcuffed now. And you look at what Terry Fontenot has done. I'm going to say this. The scouting department, he's made some great moves on the offseason with the free agency. But when you look at the scouting department, I think we can get a little bit stronger in it, because I see that we've gotten better. I'm not going to sit there and say we haven't. We've gotten better on the football side. Now, with the Atlanta Hawks, that's still a question. Landry got to get that scouting department right. That's just me. And I've been saying that about both of the squads. But you see Atlanta is moving into the direction as Damon was like, why we can't do this with the Hawks? Again, when you got people that are stuck in their ways and they're not really trying to change and trying to make things, adapt to the times, it's not going to happen because I still say this here. It's a ton of diamonds that are coming out of HBCUs and smaller schools right now because a lot of these guys are like, why do I need to go to a big school when I could go here and start and be the man? If my talent is there, I'm not going to be missed because think about it. Look at what happened Sunday, Mike. Kadero Hodge scored a touchdown on special teams. He's a wide receiver, but he plays a special teamer, and he's a football player. He came out of Alcorn State.
Okay.
Came out of Alcorn State. So you got guys on this team. Chris Blair is another one. Chris Blair came out of Prairie View, wide receiver who showed out in the preseason. So it's guys that are on this team who can play and who can ball. In case anything happens, if your stars go down, there are guys that can fill in and play. And one thing I can say that you're very good at, and like I said, man, I lean on you and Damon. You understand depth, and we talk about the Hawks, like you talked about Vic Krejci, and you talk about you call him Bitcoin. You was right about that, and I had to lean on you. And what I do here is talk about the depth with the Falcons. We've got to have great depth because a 17-game season is long. Especially for a physical sport, is long. And then you're talking about just like the Hawks. You got 82 games in the season. That is a long season if you don't have no depth. That is a long season. So you preach it on your show, and I preach it here. Depth is key.
No, for sure. I agree with that completely, man. And I mean, I'm looking forward to see what these boys keep doing, man. What Terry doing, we pull out this W tonight. I mean, we really need it, division game. We win, I think both teams be 3-2, right? We pull this out.
Yeah, but
both
because
teams
we
be 3-2.
Them, so here's the kicker. We beat Tampa tonight. We're pretty much number one in the division because we beat New Orleans already.
So we beat New Orleans.
We beat them. Yep, we beat
them. So we'll have two wins.
Division wins.
I got you.
So that will put us in a situation to be on top of the division right now.
Yeah. So tonight, low key, a big game, man. It's I don't want to call it like a must win per se, but yeah, it's actually a win that we need to go out there and get. So hopefully the boys perform, man. What's up?
And we think about it, fam.
Yeah, we at home.
You say this all the time. When we at home, you got to win at home games because you know when you're on the road, what it's gonna be. You know what it's gonna be. You're not gonna get calls. It's a lot of stuff that's not gonna go your way. So,
is it split in the NFL? I don't even know though. But like home and away games, do they split it evenly, or is like 10 home and like a little less?
It depends on how the season goes. It's not like the NBA where you got 41 home games and 41 road games. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you might have 9 home games, and then you might have, because you got to think about it. A lot of teams are now starting to play overseas now. So one of those home games get taken away, and that's an overseas game. And then you still have your regular road games. So
they kind of give them a little neutral. I was just trying to see. I don't know in basketball if it's a split or not though, but generally speaking, man, win majority or have a great home percentage or whatever. In basketball at least, that you'll be in the playoffs. Generally speaking, if you have a good home record, you know what I'm saying, and then probably bust like 500 or close to it on the road. Like you'll be a good team if you can, pull that out. So that's all. Just asking, like Falcons, yeah, man, definitely. I mean, we already gave up one at home to Pittsburgh, but lock down home field and stuff like that, and then shoot at best or at worst case, split the rest of them on the road. Like we should be in good position.
Just think about this, Chris. We got hosed, and you know what I'm saying. We got hosed in that ball game against Kansas City. I still say that we all saw it.
Hey, I forgot about that one too, man. We got hosed.
But I'll say this: in the Pittsburgh game, we could have. Think about it. We could easily be undefeated right now.
Hold on, time out, Ryan.
Easily be undefeated right now.
Time out now. So, this is our 5th game, right? This is the 5th game of the season.
The 2 games we lost.
But we only played on the road once. We only played Philly on the road. That's the only road game we had so far.
And we beat them we beat Philly at home.
I know. We won that game, but I'm just thinking, dang, they really gave us 4 out of the first 5 at home. We must about to be on the road for like 3 straight weeks or something. I ain't look at the schedule, but that's my assumption.
We got Dallas. Well, here's the thing. We got Dallas at home. We're going to be on the road against New Orleans, of course, now, and Tampa. And then Carolina's got to come to us after pretty much later in the season. But we're going to have another road game, and that's next week. So we play them in Carolina next week. So, but I got to give a quick shout out to my partner, my brother.
I was saying road games got to be coming up.
Oh yeah.
But see, I gotta go grab this food, man. Just want to jump in, chop it with you, man. I'm
hey, man,
catch up with you. You do post game and stuff, right?
So most of the time
you do the post game or just during the game?
We do the post game after the show, and I do a halftime analysis too. So what happens is, because tonight is going to be
I be getting a notification for the half.
So what we'll be doing tomorrow night, we're going to be doing the post game show tomorrow, because it gives people a chance to get in here, and it's going to be at a decent hour. It's not going to be too late, because the game ain't going out until like 11:30, 11:45. So I want to make sure that everybody can be heard. So
I got you.
So I appreciate you for tapping in, my guy. Tell them where we can find you at, man.
Man, shoot, you can find me talking about the Hawks, man, with the homie Demond over on his channel. We Talk Hawks. We go on there pretty much. He streams, but I usually jump on with him for the post games. First preseason game, October 8th, so that should be Tuesday. But other than that, you guys can find me on Instagram at the handle that you see at art_alien, ARCH_alien. Need any graphics, artwork and stuff like that, you can find me there. But anyway though, man, rise up, go Falcons, man, and ready to get this W tonight, man.
Hey, this is your first time coming through here on the camera with us tonight, so I appreciate you for tapping in, my guy. So this is your first time. This better not be your last. So shout out to my guy Arch Alien. I gotta also give a shout out to my big brother, Nike Barber 24, my dog Kevin, my big brother. He's called Ice Cold Gaming on YouTube. If you're into gaming, check him out. I put his handle at the bottom of the screen for you. You should check him out. Definitely for my gamers out there. He has a lot of things for you. And he also builds computers too, outside of being a barber. So please support your fellow veteran right there. That's a Navy vet, by the way. So we're always out here trying to improve mankind. And then if you need a good tighten up with your haircut or whatnot, also check him out. He's down in Duval County, Jacksonville, Florida. So you know how he gets down. But I want to show a little video before we go ahead and go, because we have a little something going right now. And we want to thank everybody who came out to the party this weekend. So here's a little something that was put together that was on YouTube, but I wanted to bring it up here for you guys to see it. So thank y'all for coming out and supporting. Before we wrap this thing up, here's the hunting grounds, the first annual BirdCage party. BirdCage.
I go the hardest on the track, run the farthest. I got game like a Taurus, I smoke green like a forest. Eating that starving nigga, softer than Charmin's, all red like a Target, on that paper like margin. Got cheese like an Arby's, I got racks in they army, and I stay in some foreign late nights, early mornings. Baby, we on now. And I'm getting money, so don't say shit. Money season drop, I know it's on repeat in your playlist. I heard the niggas that make me sick gon' be the niggas that make me rich. The same bitch with the school wig, got them hoes all on my dick. I started with a half boy, and look at what I did. Y'all niggas shit rock, and I'm harder than a brick. I go hard.
BirdCage. So I want to thank you guys for coming into the pregame meal. That's going to conclude it for tonight. We're going to go ahead and get this thing wrapped up, and we definitely are going to have the halftime report. Y'all, please check that out. Hit that like and that subscribe button for us. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit the likes. The magnificent BirdCage crew did a hell of a job this weekend and really getting this party off the ground, as well as myself and the ladies who assisted, Miss Conchita Griffin, Rhonda Broadnex, Selena Holland, and Lynn Hampton, and so many other people who jumped in. Mr. Robert Holland. And there's a gentleman, Mr. John. I'll just leave it like that. He definitely did his thing as well. it was just a beautiful thing to come together at Dave and Buster's, and we did our thing, man. That's not the last time we're going to do it. So we definitely appreciate you guys for coming through to the, excuse me, I almost choked on the words just now, but to the pregame meal show. Let's go ahead and get this dub, and we're going to go ahead and we'll see you at halftime. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. This is your boy, the Historian. I'm out.